Non-negotiables as a man with strict boundaries. These are my boundaries. You do what you want to do. These are mine. Say I get your number, you give me your schedule, and I plan a date. If for some reason you're busy on that date and you can't make it, it is up to you to give me the day that you're free or your next availability. I'm not about to keep asking. That's too close to begging. Play with somebody else. Number 2, if you ask me in our first few dates for nail, hair, shoe money, you're clipped. You're looking for a sponsor. You're not looking for a relationship. Why these things aren't already done? I don't care how much money I got. It's mine that I work for. Don't ask me to do some that you're not doing for yourself. Number 3, if by the 3rd or 4th date, you don't at least offer to buy a round of drinks or treat me to the next one, you're clipped. You're not a vibe. You're a bill. I would never let you pay, but at least offer. Make me think you want to pay. And if you forget to say thank you after I done planned and paid for this date, you're clipped. It don't cost you nothing to say thank you. Number 4, if I offer to pick you up or send you a car, you have a 5-minute window to get there. You knew about this date a day earlier and hours earlier. You should have been ready. I have pulled off after waiting 7 minutes before. You don't respect my time. I don't respect yours. Number 5.
Now, when it comes to stuff like that, right? Let's let him finish.
If we cannot do an active date, all right, tennis, hike, workout, it's clipped. You're clipped. I know me, I'm gonna catch the ick real fast. We just ain't gonna work out, literally or figuratively. Number 6, you like to go ghost for 2 and 3 days. Or I find that you only respond when I text first, you're a clip. Ain't nobody that busy. It'll take you 10 seconds to respond to a message. Hey, busy day, I'll check for you later. That works for me because I don't need to talk to you every day, all day anyway. There is a huge difference from texting, which is mutual, and you just responding. Here. Number 7, probably should have been number 1. Poor hygiene. It's gonna be a firm no for me. That breath ain't hitting, if them toes ain't kicking, and if them nails ain't clean, it ain't gotta be done, just be clean. Your ass is clipped. You're a woman. It's the least you can do. And then lastly, I'm a little bit more lenient on this one because I don't expect much. We just started dating.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. You said, man, I'm letting them have it. He said, I'm letting them have it today. He said, you're clipped. You're out of here. Clipped. Sheesh. He said, funky. I'm not gonna lie, it does says a lot about a woman when you funky, when you stink, when you read. Like, you gotta think about it. As a woman, you mean, come on now, baby, like, hook it up, like, do something.
If I see that you just innately lack nurturing qualities, it's clip. I can't teach you how to be a woman to a man. You should not teach me how to be a man to a woman. Can't teach you that. It's clip.
All right, so like what I like to do when I'm learning now is let the video play as much as possible. Go back with these short type of videos and dissect. It was one of them where he said, I think it was like 5 minutes and he's pulling off.
Here are a few of my days. Hey, but at least offer. Make me, don't cost you nothing to say thank you. Number 4, if I offer to pick you up or send you a car, you have a 5-minute window to get there. You knew about this date a day earlier and hours earlier. You should have been ready. I have pulled off after waiting 7 minutes before. You don't respect.
Now, me, one thing, I don't drive, bro. I don't, right? I don't. I send the whip. Send the whip or meet me there. I'm going to black truck it. My thing is where I would understand this, I got a whole lot of homies, peers and family members. We from LA, we from the city. I would understand on the fact of safety. You know, my bros, if they are driving, well, they're not waiting. It's a reason why. If I'm waiting outside your house too long and I'm coming to pick you up for a date and you're making me wait. When I told you I was on my way, let's just say I'm 15 minutes away from your house. And you have me sitting outside for another 5 to 10 minutes for what? What are you? If I told you we're going on a date, hey, be ready at 7 p.m. There's no way I get there even 6:55 and you coming out 7:15. Come on. Like, we gotta prioritize progression. We gotta get better with time management. So I understand that certain things shouldn't be. Come on. Even I'm just glad those I sent the black truck to. I ain't had none of the problems, but I do understand on the behalf of those who are in the city where it's crazy and you can't just sit in your car. People lose their lives sitting in their car, just chilling in the car. So I can only imagine if you a young man pulling up, windows tinted, probably got your music a little bit, and then if you a gentleman, you probably waiting outside the car. You don't want to honk your horn, so you probably open the door, probably waiting, depending on what type of man you are. So I understand, I get that. And then he said hygiene. And then on one of them, he said, if you don't offer, now me, I'm not gonna lie to you with the offering thing, as long as you show that you have a moral code to you, I can read pretty well, like if I'm being used. You can tell someone who's using you as a bail, like you're their ATM.
You do what you want to do. These are mine.
So I saw this video and it kind of reminded me of myself when I was like my early mid-20s. I was a sergeant in the military. I was like very hyper masculine and also like kind of wounded and like pretty insecure and didn't know it yet. And some of you might see this video and think it's super refreshing. Like, oh my goodness, it's a man with standards, like finally, right? But others might hear this and think it feels kind of cold and rigid. I played this video for my wife and she was like, I wish y'all could have seen her face. Here's the thing. As a married man with a very soft, nurturing, feminine woman, and as a guy who was former military and also worked in counterintelligence, and then now spent the last 4 years coaching people on emotional regulation, things like that, I think there's some nuance here that you'll want to pay attention to. Okay, especially if you want to experience a life that is more regulated and relaxed, and you want to experience relationships that are truly healthy versus like kind of performative and unhealthy. The first thing, like what's being described in this video are not boundaries. Okay, they're standards, they're expectations, they're rules, and like not knowing the difference is worth paying attention to. Both that he maybe doesn't know the difference and worth paying attention to if maybe you didn't know the difference. Maybe this is like new information for you that's worth paying attention to. Boundaries protect us, right? Like for example, if you raise your voice, then I'm going to step away. Okay? That's a boundary. Expectations and standards attempt to control things outside of you. Do this or you're gone. Do this or you're gone. And that's the language that he used. And we'll talk about that, but ultimately, like this type of rigidity usually stems in wanting our partner to meet needs that maybe weren't met as children. Man or woman, if you act this way, if you have a lot of these unspoken expectations, uncommunicated expectations, and there's a lot of them, ultimately the other person ends up feeling like they're walking on eggshells. And this is because you are kind of volatile, and maybe that's representative of the environment that you grew up in. Now you look for perfection and have very high standards because that's what gives you a sense of control and safety now. But I'm here to tell you, like, as I've gotten older, as I've matured emotionally and spiritually, true masculine leadership is not concerned with controlling anyone or anything. Like, that's not leadership, and control is not leadership. Okay, think about, oh, did y'all see that wasp? Like, think about.
I'm trying to listen to him. He's saying control, and I'm listening, and I understand where you're coming from. Well, I understand both guys, though, right? Having a standard is good, especially in this generation. I don't know how long he's been married or how early 20s or what. He said in his early 20s. And that sounds like he's way past his early 20s. He looked past his early 20s. But I'm just saying, like, this generation of women is totally different. Like, different. You have gems in this generation where it's like, okay, she's different. But the last video I seen, there's certain things that I may not do or agree with, but I understand why he has those boundaries. Mind you, I'm pretty sure he's dating. a lot. Looking at his social media and what he's probably dating a lot and haven't found one and probably experienced things that caused him to set boundaries where his time felt wasted. So we can't just say it's performative. I'm listening to him as well, and I get what he's saying. It could be from how you're raised, how you brought up, certain things, controlling. I don't even feel like that's like watching that first clip. That's just saying, look, certain women of a high standard, which is respectable. I'm not talking to a man who's not doing this. I'm not talking to a man who can't remember this. I'm not doing it. So it's standards is going to be, everybody got standards. But I want to keep the video playing. He said,
concerned with law and order, right? Like, does he represent leadership to you, honestly? Now, I can see this brother is like attractive probably to like a lot of people. He has a lot of resources. He reminds me of those guys, those podcast guys that usually see themselves and talk about themselves as the prize, which is, I'm not even going to talk about that. But I do think it's good to know your worth, right? I do think that's a really good thing. But the language and the delivery to me matters, okay? Calling women something to clip is objectifying. And like man or woman, when we do this to each other, it doesn't necessarily, like not even necessarily, it doesn't open the door to connection and intimacy. It just doesn't, okay? Now, again, we tend to do this to people when we've been hurt, right? This is posturing. This is a wall that we're putting up. Like rappers put this wall up against transactional women trying to take from them, but they're also often very transactional in their behavior themselves. So chicken or the egg, I don't know which came first. But if you hear a man talk like this and it actually sounds attractive to you, that's worth reflecting on. Because if he talks like this, one, this is the same transactional energy he's trying to protect himself against, but also he's giving that, okay? So you might not want to be in a relationship like that. But also, two, you might be drawn to this kind of rigidity and structure if you've been in chaotic relationships. A man with firm rules can feel safe, but the thing that you have to watch out for is it feels safe at first. And I'm intentionally not using the word boundaries here again because everything that he laid out here are not boundaries. Over time, all of these rules, these checklists, these expectations, and I don't even know at what point you communicate them, probably a huge turnoff if you do it within the first few dates. But anyways, all of these things ultimately feel controlling as opposed to grounding. Now, when you come from a lot of dysfunction, again, initially, it's going to feel different and it might feel good, but it's not going to stay that way. The opportunity here for you is recognizing that you don't have to outsource your safety to someone else's rigid structure and control. You can learn how to create safety in your own body. Again, this is for you if this is what's attractive to you, okay? When you're regulated, you don't need a man's extensive checklist and rules to feel safe and to feel held. When you're regulated...
I'm not gonna lie, I get what he's saying. He's not saying, what he's saying, I don't disagree with. I don't disagree with this guy and what he's saying. But I don't find what the last guy is saying controlling, though. Telling a grown woman to make sure your nails is clean and as a grown woman, it's like a grown man, making sure a grown man get up and brush your teeth. Go get in the tub, go take a shower. That's not control. That should be bare minimum. I can see if he was saying, hey, when you come here, be quiet. I don't want to hear you talk. You talk when I say talk. If we go back, let's be real. What he's saying, what we're watching right now, this guy, I don't have a problem with what he's saying. But if we're going to go back and listen to, I don't disagree with the last guy either. But with this guy, I don't hear like, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Let me see.
With strict boundaries. These are my boundaries. You do what you want to do. These are mine. Say I get your number, you give me your schedule, and I plan a date. If for some reason you're busy on that date and you can't make it, it's up to you to give me the day that you're free or your next availability. I'm not about to keep asking. That's too close to begging. Play with somebody else. No.
I don't see that as controlling. He's giving you an opt-out. He's letting you know. What's wrong with that? That's fair. In fact, one of my lady friends months ago, that happened before, and we had a very grown discussion. That's nothing. It's communication. I don't see that as controlling. He ain't saying, oh, you have to pay me, or oh, you have to be here, or you just let me know your next availability. If not, that's it. That's communication to me. I don't see, you know what I mean? I don't know. Because then if you not available, you don't make another date. Oh, I can't make it. And I'm like, oh, that's it. That's begging. That's begging. Then it'll be like, oh, you thirsty. Mind you, the last guy, I don't disagree with what he's saying. But we're just going, I don't know, man.
Number two, if you ask me in our first few dates for nail, hair, shoe money, you're clipped. You're looking for a small...
I don't think that's controlling. I'm not your ATM. I'm not your ATM. Nor am I your husband. I get the delivery, the clip. I get where the OG, he probably like, nah, But the whole point of the second date, third date, hey, can you pay for my hair? Him saying no is controlling. Now, mind you, I'm not saying like I agree with how he, like the last guy was saying, like, you know, certain traits of having a checklist and this, and that. Okay, I can get where if you're attracted to certain things, it may be good in the beginning, but his boundaries, what he said, even if boundaries or whatever his expectation, whatever the word, there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't see.
Listen, you're not looking for a relationship. All these things aren't already done. I don't care how much money I got. It's mine that I work for. Don't ask me to do some shit that you're not doing for yourself. Number 3, if by the 3rd or 4th date, you don't at least offer to buy a round of drinks or treat me to the next one, you're clipped. You're not a vibe. You're a bill. I would never let you.
That, I don't care, honestly. As long as you're a nice woman, you got a moral head on you, I don't care. You don't have to pay for nothing. I don't really be looking for nothing. I could care. I don't need you to pay for nothing. Like if you just offer, cool. If you offered the 10th date, if you offered in the future, if I really feel a genuine connection, and I pray for discernment, if I discern that you're a good person, I don't care about none of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because with how I want to run how I know the household should go when you get married. Man is the head of the household. You take care of the bills. The man take care of the bills. Man take care of the finances, everything. So that's going to be what I'm supposed to, especially if you can be my potential wife and I see certain traits, it's like, okay, yeah, like, oh, you ain't got to worry about none of that. So it's just this point of his, I'm like, okay, that's something like he said, is his, you know. But the first few, I'm like, that don't sound too, that just sounds like, all right, we're grown. You didn't show up for the date. It is up to you for you to let me know when you're available so we can go out again. I'm not going to hit you up again when I already we set the date, I gave the date, I made reservations, and I can't make it. It's up to you to let me know when you're available. I don't find that wrong.
Pay, but at least offer. Make me think you want to pay. And if you forget to say thank you after I didn't plan to pay for this date, you're clipped. It don't cost you nothing to say thank you. Number 4, if I offer to pick you up or send you a car, you have a 5-minute window to get there. You knew about this date a day earlier and hours earlier. You should have been ready. I have pulled off after waiting 7 minutes before.
Now, I can understand with the way he worded this. I can understand where OG is like, or even his wife that watched it with him is like, okay, that part may be a little bit like, dang, you sound like a sergeant in the army. You need to be here, blah, blah, blah. But I also understand his point of view as well. It's like, do you care to, like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I get both sides though. I get both sides. That's why even the last video, I can see where this part where he could word it like, all right, it sound like, all right, you gotta, you got a 5-minute grace period. But I'm gonna be real though. I'm gonna be real, man. Being from South Central, and I'm not waiting. I'm not finna pull up in Westmont and sit there and honk the horn for 5 minutes. Nah, man. All it take is the right look down the block. I'm not finna be in no place South Central, Watts, none of that. Fact, and see what's crazy. See, that's why that's why I know the world when they say LA extra. Yeah, nah. You stay where? Yeah. I'm gonna send you. You can meet me there. You can meet me there. There's no way I'm pulling up over there in that neighborhood. Yeah, you will not see me. You just meet me there. I got you. Don't worry about it. You'll be all right. Meet me there. Nah. But I can see where the last guy like, hold on real quick.
Don't respect my time. Don't respect yours. Number 5, if we cannot do an active date, all right, tennis, hike, workout, it's clipped. You're clipped. I know me. I'm gonna catch the ick real fast. We just ain't gonna work out. Literally, figuratively. Number 6, you like to.
I can see where OG probably like, all right, I get both sides, but he said, because you got certain women say you ain't making 6 figures, and you ain't. And I just learned, leave it where it's at with everybody. Whatever works for you, works for you. If she want a man that makes 6 figures in a 6-pack, let her go ahead and go watch a comic book. Let her go ahead and get in the movie or something. She'll find it. You gotta let certain people do. They want they want Tony Hawk. They want LeBron James on the court, and they want Bob the Builder. You have to have 5 different 5-star careers for some of these women. And mind you, they can't even flip a hamburger. So it's just certain stuff that I just be like, you gotta let them have it. And then the ones that deserve it, they always married, put up. The ones that deserve it, they always either they got a man who love them, they locked in with their man, or they married. It be the ones single out here getting slim slick by the community.
Go ghost for 2 and 3 days, or I find that you only respond when I text first, you're a clip. Ain't nobody that busy. It'll take you 10 seconds to respond to a message. Hey, busy day, I'll check for you later. That works for me, because I don't need to talk to you every day, all day anyway. There is a huge difference from texting, which is mutual, and you just responding. Fuck out of here. Number 7, probably should have been number 1. Poor hygiene is gonna be a firm no for me. That breath ain't hitting, if them toes ain't kicking, and if them nails ain't clean, ain't gotta be done, just be clean. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's not bad, man. I end the video from watching it. But y'all let me know in the comments, mind you, like, where I stand, I understand both sides, right? I understand the guy T-Rail, his name is T-Rail the trainer, right? I get his point of view. I get, all right, I don't want my time to be wasted. I want to feel like what I'm doing, like, matters, you know? I believe the trainer, T-Rail the trainer, he's saying the 5 minutes is like, hey, like, you know, respect my time. You know, we planned this date a week ago or 2. I told you I'm going to be there at 7. Come on. Like, show me you care, you know. And I also get where the married man is like, look, some of them, the way you delivering it can come off as controlling. So I get both sides, and everybody's opinion is their opinion. Like I always say, even with households, it's up to your household. It's up to it's up to your foundation and what you believe. If you and your woman is happily married and that works for you, y'all may go 50-50, and this household may go, he traditional, and that works for them. But that don't make his household better than this household. So how he run his relationship, it just whatever works. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real. You know, I like the biblical way. Get married, you know, God, husband, wife, everybody else, you know, children, you know. I like the traditional, the truth way, the real way you're supposed to do it. You know, and then finances, you allow God to lead and guide your relationship then. If you got to go 50-50, 75, 25, 100, however God got it with y'all, and you got God as your middle and the source of your relationship, I feel like you cannot lose. But as far as getting to get married, it's tough right now. I'm not going to lie, man. I've been single for like 4 years, bro. About 4 years. It'll be 4 years next year. And it's not the fact that you can't. I gotta get it. But it's just like, I understand why being in your mid-20s or early 30s right now, or early 20s and mid, whatever, in this generation, it's different. It's different. Social media is at its all-time high. Distraction is at its all-time high. OG probably was 20, 30 years ago. I don't know how old he is. He looked young, though. He looked young. He don't look like 70. I'm just saying, like, he probably found his wife at a time where it's different. The fact that he got a wife, man, and he's, you know, that's a beautiful thing. But like I said, I don't feel either of them is wrong, but I understand both sides. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all feel, though. You know, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all feel. And, man, it's all opinion. You know, the only true way is, now, the way I know is the biblical way. You know, ask for discernment. That's all I'm on. Cause you could, even with the trainer, a woman could check all them off, and she still go ahead and get slim slick by the neighbor because you didn't have discernment to read through that. So, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. You know what I mean? But like I said, both sides I can see where, you know, I learned something from the OG too, though, like the delivery, like, you know, of course, the delivery and how you say something is not what you say, it's how you say it. Going back and watching certain stuff, I can see where that can come off as, all right, it may be a little bit, you know, I like to pick up, you know. But yeah, I like, comment, subscribe. If you're new here, if you've been here, y'all know what's going on. Let's go.